Good afternoon, car buyers. I'm Neil Pinkett of Bathcars, and today's car is the Rover 25. Now, what a little find this is. Not often little cars like this come along, but this is the little 1.4, 103 brake horsepower, 5-door IL model, 16 valve, power steering, air conditioning which blows nice and cold, and has a history that is absolutely fantastic. Later on in the video we'll come to that. If you're not looking to buy a car and just want to bear with me, then fine, fair enough. But if you are looking for something seriously good value for money, which is cheap, take a look at this. So, in metallic red, supplied by Hartwell's of Bath, and has been serviced by them up to about I think about 60 odd thousand miles, and then taken over by a company in Corsham. And it was just one owner. Basically, it is one owner, but it's been run by Hartwell's as a demonstrator for about 25 days. You'll see that on the V5 a bit later on. I mean, you know, the air conditioning is blowing nice and cold. It's on the O2 registration. The Hartwell's registration plates are on the front. Actually, no, they're not. The original original number plate is not on the front, but the original is on the back. The front leading edge of the bonnet is pretty clean and tidy. It's owned by a lady, and it drives absolutely spot on. A 20-mile test drive has revealed no faults whatsoever, and it drives perfectly. There is a little bit of corrosion, as you can imagine, on the front wing there. That's a Goodyear tyre there, and that's practically brand new, as you can see. Plenty of tread to go on that. A few little minor marks down the sides of the doors, I'll probably polish out. This tyre here, again, practically brand new. All the wheel trims have been cable tied on as well. There's the original Hartwell supplying dealer plate on the back. This tyre here is about a bit better than half worn, and this one here is, again, a bit better than half worn. There are two keys with the car, the glass is all good, everything works as it should. It's got remote central locking, and the boot space is lovely and tidy. The baggage shelf, parcel shelf's present, so is the light working in the back there, and the boot space is very clean indeed, and all the tool roll and getting spare tyre is in the back. Split folding rear seats, heated rear screen, high level brake light built into that little spoiler in the back there. Absolutely spot on. Okay, let's look at that history section a moment. Okay people, here we have the service history and documents section then for this little Rover. And I have to say, what a little history and documents it's got. It is phenomenal. Right, starts off with the V5. Shows as a Rover 25, IL model, 16 valve, 103 brake horsepower, £195 a year to tax it, in the colour red, registered 280602. The car basically was put on the road by Hartwell's, and then was sold on to a Miss Wingfield, and that was in the 20th of the 7th 2002, and it was registered on the 28th 06 2002. So it was self-registered to Hartwell's for a matter of 20 days or so, and then it became a privately owned car. So one owner plus maybe demo model for 20 days, probably just self-registered for a bonus. I hope that all makes sense. Then we've got the spare key in there, which is a remote key, and so there's two sets of keys with the car. The service history, well, first of all, the MOT starts off with lovely long MOT, June the 22nd 2013. There are a few minor advisories, just really CV outer gates, or CVT gates, we normally call them gaiters. Constant velocity joint gaiters, deteriorated but not preventing ingress. They're still doing their job. And a couple of brake pipes slightly corroded, but that's the norm for most things. The lady's also written out some service history, which I think is complemented by these receipts and bills here that we've got. But that's all in the service manual, so basically that's written over, look at this, over 2 pages. New clutch cable 2007, and then servicing. Also done by a chap I know very well, actually, Mark McCall in Bath, who did a service there. That was back quite a while ago at 64,000 miles. So that history is recorded in this service history book, which I'll just flick through briefly. So 15,000 was the first stamp at Hartwell's main dealer, then 31,000 at Hartwell's main dealer. There was a service as well at 41,000, £148, and then it went to Mark McCall for 51,000 mile service, and again Mark McCall at 64,000 mile service, and that's where the service history ends in the book. Okay, so the last actually entry at 51,000 miles was power steering belt and spark plugs. So owner's manual and service history book. Okay, now S&K Autos of Corsham, so she obviously moved to Corsham from Bath, and this is where it gets interesting. I'll start from the back of the pile, and you probably are very bored now, but I'll tell you, if you're interested in a good little car, you're going to love what's coming up now. So Hartwell's of Bath, mileage on this one 31,000 miles, 270 quid. 41,000 miles, £148. Then she obviously moves to Corsham, and she gets hit with a bill for £101 at 70,000 miles. Then at 71,000 miles, and we get airbag issue and washer pipe for the rear screen, etc. £197. So nothing much to there. So 71,000 miles. Right, 74,000 miles, £879. There's a big bill here. What's all this for? Well, fit exchange reconditioned engine with new radiator, clutch, coolant, thermostat and gaskets, etc. as required. Remove various coolant hoses and expansion tank. Thoroughly wash out oil from expansion tank and hoses. Thoroughly flush out heater matrix and pipework. Reassemble, commission new engine, £912. Interchange front wheels, drive shafts, blah blah blah, 34. Tread, wheels, blah blah blah, nothing much more there. So as we go over here, reconditioned engine is £1,325, radiator £104, and 1,000 miles warranty on that. In the terms of warranty, there is a warranty on that engine. And exhaust gaskets, clutch kit, so a new clutch as well, etc. etc. Total bill £3,582. That was on the 17th of the 12th 2007 at 74,000 miles. That's a hell of a lot of money to have spent on a car at that age. She obviously liked it. Then, lo and behold, 76,602. The car requires another £1,191 spending on it for a transmission. Thoroughly checked transmission, clutch. Have the clutch sent away to be inspected, obviously, because it's not that long after it was replaced. Transmission with new oil. Gearbox repair. Gearbox was sent off for repair, £482. Next service then at 85,000 miles is just general servicing, and brake fluid comes to £346. I mean, that's got to be up to nearly £5,000 in what space of nearly 15,000 miles. Another bill here, £133. That's to check for an oil leak, and that's an oil filter change, etc. £133. Next one, 98,000 miles, done on the 11th of the 1st 2010. Still Miss Wingfield, obviously same owner. £348. That's for the service, done at S&K Auto still, so the same place. And going over to the last service then, which was done at 110. It's not the last service, it's the second from last service. £451. That's a general service again. God lordy. 110, this one's the last service, done at 124482. Date 05/03/2012, and that was general servicing by the looks of it. And again, another bill for £395. Servicing, waste oil, etc. etc. That is probably one of the most comprehensive service histories we've seen for a little car like that. Enormous amount of money spent on it. No wonder it drives so well. There it all is. It's a bargain. Let's return back to the vehicle. Right, welcome back then. So, manual windows in the rear, 3 inertia real safety belts for passenger safety, immaculate seats in the back, immaculate carpets, immaculate roof lining. Up to the front here, driver's door card. All the door cards are spot on. Electric windows up front, which will work perfectly, and the driver's seat is in very nice condition as well. So with the pedal rubbers and the floor mat, all the protective oval mat there. The remote locking works fine. The 2 buttons for the remote keys, and the batteries have been changed regularly, as you should have seen in the service history. Electric mirrors, which work fine. Tinted glass in the car. Fingertip control hi-fi system. And there is a 6-disc CD changer down there with the cartridge. And that's the cartridge there. You do have the owner's manual for the car as well. 5-speed manual gearbox. 126,000 miles, 299 as per today. Press the button, the air compressor clicks in and the air just streams out lovely and cold. The electric windows all work nice and perky. Both sides go up and down well. The driver's side airbag light is on. Actually, in fact, it could be down to the seat safety belt pretensioners. I think I saw a remark about that in the history, but don't worry, it's not an MOT failure. The handbrake is perfect, the clutch pedal is nice and light, and the biting point is exactly where it should be. It's absolutely spot on, really. The steering wheel's showing hardly any wear for its miles. The radio's working nicely. The fan heater's working perfectly. The fan speeds all work, 1, 2, 3 and 4. This car's had, I think it's nearly £6,000 spent on it since 2007, since 74,000 miles. It's incredible. 3.5 grand for an engine. Clutch has also gone, transmission has been replaced, the gearbox. It idles over absolutely perfectly. She's a little gem. So if you're interested in that car, do give me a call. I'll be very happy to help, and I think you'll find that you will have a nice little runabout. No tax, I'm afraid, so you need to tax it. It's about 190 odd quid a year, or you can just do it for 6 months. And we can tax it for you here at Bathcars. Post office is just up the road. We have motor trade policy to enable that. Right, so there we go. Quite enthusiastic about that. It's not a bad little car at all. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.